we were all impressed. I was taken aback because I mean, when you're in the presence of someone that's able to just so effortlessly deliver so much passion, so much reverence in that voice, and to really bring those lines to life. Wow, it's really, really interesting because I don't want to be wrong, but I feel like we had met a long time ago. It was actually
Yeah,
the first time and only time I'd been to the Philippines. And
yeah.
it was actually around the time I wrote this song. So again, it's no coincidence at all. Um, and immediately my brother and I, we were so impressed. I mean, we were watching the videos. Even my dad personally was really, really impressed. And I knew early on that you were someone I wanted to work with without a doubt. And fast forward to almost 10 years later, having you come to my apartment in North Hollywood, and we literally did it right in my living room. It was so organic, it was so at home feeling. Even just that little bit that we got to work together. I mean, it really, not to be cliche, but came together perfectly. It really was, I feel like, exactly what a duet like this should have been. And I couldn't have been more honored to host and have that happen in that way. Just so I feel like Kyla got a little bit of, what it was like to be in my living room where a lot of my songs come from. Me and my family, we really do that. We sit in the living room, someone's got a guitar, someone's got a piano, and songs just come. And that's really how this song came. So it was really almost like an ode to the whole thing, the fact that we did it so organically in that way, and we were able to come out with this product, especially during the time that we're in. So it was really a blessing. I feel like we were truly blessed to have this come together the way that it did. I would have
Yeah.
asked for nothing else.
How is it working with Junior, and how did he get you to agree? Actually, yeah, you're right. Brian, we met a few years back when you went to the Philippines. We actually had dinner in Shangri, if you remember.
That's right.
So
That's right.
yeah. So anyway, well, when I first heard the song, I fell in love with the song right away. It's like a theme song for a movie. That's how it felt like listening to the song. It's so beautiful, and it's almost enchanting, like when you're listening to the song. And working with Brian, it's like what he said. He said everything except that I feel twice as much as happy and twice as excited because first it's come on, man, that's Brian McKnight Jr. Yeah. Who wouldn't be happy singing with him and recording a song with him? So I was really, really so excited. So when we went to his apartment in North Hollywood, I was like really Wow. nervous. I didn't know like I didn't know what I was gonna wear. To be honest with you, so I was like wearing blazer. I wanted to look formal, but then when I got there, it's like so casual.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
felt so at home because he's so easy to work with, and it was such a breeze working with him, recording the song. And I learned a lot from the recording session. He was like teaching me something, like do this or do this humming or this ad lib. I like that. I like that. I like learning from somebody. And I was like so happy when I heard the final mix of this. It was when you came over, Kyla, was it like you brought food or you just brought yourself and your talents? Like, how was it like? Like, I was really nervous. I'm like okay. Shaking. I was like shaking, and then my voice was drying up in the middle of the recording session. But then he was so casual. He was so nice, and you feel comfortable like around him, like working with him. So after a while, I warmed up. It was okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, Junior said it
More than
was so
okay.
smooth, the way you guys put the songs together. But what was the Kyla flavor you put in that song? Like, cause
I mean,
I'm pretty sure Kyla was able to input interesting,
you know,
style
the
flavors.
I love vocal producing singers, but this was probably the easiest session I've ever had in terms of all I had to do was barely give a reference and then I just let her go. Honestly, she's being really modest about how she came in there and sang it down. I mean, we were all impressed. I was taken aback because I mean, when you're in the presence of someone that's able to just so effortlessly deliver so much passion, so much reverence in that voice, and to really bring those lines to life, all I had to do was take a step back and let God do His thing. Because it was a holy experience, and it was so fast. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I've ever worked with someone that can track as fast as I can, which is really really helps because it was like we would come up, I would sing a phrase the way that I recorded it and she would just add that flair to it that was like, okay, yeah, that this is Kyla, you know what I mean? And it just, again, it took it to that next level. It gave it what it needed to be to become the song that now we are graced enough to have. So I really didn't have to do much work other than guide. But what you hear on there, I mean, honestly, is what she took. I may have given an idea or two, maybe, but no, she took it to the next level, as she always does. And it was perfect, it was flawless. Well, honestly, what I can say about the process of making the song is, again, um, I don't know if I'll ever have the chance to work with someone as amazing as Kyla, unless we are to, do some more work together. Because I mean, I
Brian, you're
write
being
for
too
so many
nice.
people. But truly, honestly, it's, as a songwriter, it's rare to find someone who you feel like, it felt like that David Foster Whitney or that David Foster and Celine type of connection to think of where we could take this to. So again, I just appreciate you, Kyla, so much for being a part of this with me, and it's just honoring me with your presence in this regard. And I truly appreciate it. I really do.
Oh, Brian, you're nice. Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful words. I feel the same way, and I have so much respect for you. And like I said earlier, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to work with you and working with you, and maybe in the future again, maybe when I go to Hollywood, maybe we can sit down and write a song together. That would be so awesome. And that's it. Thank you for being amazing. And thank you for choosing me to sing that part with you in this song.
It's really interesting. I was dating someone at the time who 18-year-old me thought I could be with for a long time. And the
Oh,
lyrics of the song are actually, they're as true as they can be. I woke up this morning from the beginning. All of that is a true story. These things really happened that were in this song. This was my thought process. These were the things that I was actually seeing. And even the second verse that I sing was literally my train of thought, was literally where I was at in my mind. Like, I really used to be that guy, which is interesting to say considering I wrote it at 19, but I considered myself to be an advanced 19-year-old when it came to relationships. And even my dad, my mom as well, they were always like, how are you writing these mature songs to be so young, And I remember telling my mom, like, I don't know, these songs just come through me, and this particular song in itself is really an incredible representation of how I write. I don't really second guess when I feel a song like this coming, and these are literally the words I put to page that y'all are hearing. And then having, I mean, come on, the powerhouse that is Kyla bring that feminine, that other side of it to life that truly made it a duet. I mean, just took it over the top
yeah.
immensely. Honestly, no, not at all. I remember getting the treatment for what they had the idea for and being like, this is perfect. With it's such a sign of the times. It's a love story for right now, I think, with everything going on, not necessarily being able to be as close to your loved one, you know what I mean? I think it really touches a lot. It pulls a lot of heartstrings of what I think a lot of people are really dealing with right now. And the whole imagination side of it is huge for me because I'm all about that. And I always hope that the music I write inspires these type of visuals, inspires, you know, movies. I would love for, you know, most of the songs that I write um, to be used as movie scores because I think that's something that I've been blessed to do is write these very cinematic love stories because I'm such a movie buff. I'm such a hopeless romantic myself. Um, it's so natural to me. So when I read the treatment and then seeing it go from paper to the actual video, I was blown away. I was absolutely I felt like a fan watching the video myself. And I'm hard to impress. So that's when I knew we really, really had something good, something wholesome, something that was so full of love that I think anyone can relate to from the younger generations to the older generations. I think there's something in there that'll make you go, oh my God. So I love that. I love that so much.